Hello there. Welcome to Hospitality Studies at Grade 4. This video, I want to look at a question paper of February, March 2017. So we are going to look at the first question on that question paper. That is our question 1. So we're going to start on the multiple choice section, whereby we have got the multiple choice questions. So the question reads, various options are provided as possible answers to following questions. Write down the question number, that is question 1 to 10. Choose the answer and make a cross over the letter A to D of your choice in the answer book. So this is how you are going to present in your answer book. So I'm moving on to the first question. It reads, emails, websites, and cell phones are used to market products, marketing, marketing tools. So you'd see that we've got emails, websites, and then cell phones. Obviously, these are electronic marketing tools. So we have our answer as C. So we would C as the correct response. So moving on to the next part, it reads, a grape variety used to make wine. You are given different responses, and the correct response that we have is A, cultivar, and then we have A as the correct response. Then we go to 1.1.3, an enzyme in raw pineapple that prevents a gelatin mixture from setting. So we have got also different responses that we have. So you see that the correct response that we have is B, which is the bromelain. Remember, the bromelain is an enzyme extract derived from the stems of pineapples, although it exists in all parts of the fresh plant and also in the fruit. So the extract is a history of folk medicine use. So basically, this is the general description that we have in terms of a bromelain, and we are saying the correct response according to question 3 is B. So we'll go to the next part whereby it's now going to be our question 4. A pizza provides eight portions, and the total cost of the pizza is 72 rands. The cost of one portion is this is just simple mathematics, whereby we are going to say the total cost is 72, but we have got 8 portions. So to get the cost of one portion, we are just going to say 72, and then we divide by 8. Remember, it's 8. If you check here, it's 8. So it's divided by 8, and we are going to get your answer is 9 rand. So we have 9 rand A. So A is correct response. So when we go to our question 5, when a person suffers from diabetes, it means that the body does not produce enough. We have got insulin as the correct response. Remember, it is due to either the pancreas are not producing enough of the hormone, which is the hormone insulin, or the cells of the body becoming unresponsive to insulin's effects. So that's the effect that causes diabetes. So basically, we have insulin D. The number 6, a flavoring used in the preparation of desserts, which is made from cocoa beans. We have divine response again, but the correct response that we have it's C, which is chocolate. Then we move on to question 7. The difference between the actual cost to produce an item and the money that it is used for. We have different responses, and you see that our correct answer is A. Remember, the question is saying difference between the actual cost to produce an item and the money that is used to it is sold for. So basically, we are saying selling price minus actual cost, which is going to be our cost price. And then we get your answer as gross profit. So we have gross profit A. Then number 8, a method where meat is covered with thin slices of fat. We see that as the correct answer that we have is budding, which is D. Then we go to number 9. Dash includes activities that ensure that prospective guests are aware of the types of accommodation available at an establishment. So this is marketing. Remember, marketing is a process of making the customers are aware of the product or service that we have. So we have got marketing. as the correct response. Then number 10, a chalks pastry filled with cream and staked together with caramel is called. We have different responses that we have. See that the correct response that we have is A. Then we move on to the next part of our question, which is question 1.2, which is on matching items. Choose the description from column B that matches the terminology in column A. Write only the letter A to I next to the question number. So we have column A whereby we have dusting, and we try to see which explanation do matches dusting. So if you go to I, it is a thin layer of icing sugar sprinkled on a sponge cake for decorative purposes. So that becomes the correct response that we have on question 1. So we are saying I. And on question 2, puring, we have also different responses, and we try to see what we have as the correct response. So if you go to F, it's a fruit purpled, strained, or liquidized. So we have F as the correct response. Then we have a piping. We also try to identify the correct response that we have. So if you go to A, it's a mixture placed in a bag and forced through a nozzle into cakes. So we have A as the correct response. Then we have got creaming. So we check again. If you go to our response as B, shortening and sugar beaten until light and fluffy. So we have B as the correct response. Then we've got unmolding. Is 1.2.5. You see that if you go to 6C, it reads technique used to turn out a gelatin padding into a plate. So we have C as the correct response. And number 6 is caramelization. We also check according to responses given. We have G, which is getting sugar to the hard crack stage. So we have G as the correct response. So basically, this is what we have on this section. We move on to the next section whereby it reads, give one term or word for each of the following descriptions. Write only the term or word next to the question number. We've got question 1 to 10. So wine of which the alcohol has been removed before it is bottled. So obviously, there is removal of alcohol that is taking place, which is de-alcoholization. Or we can just say de-alkalized. So we can. So this becomes the correct term that is matching with the description given. De-alcoholized as the correct response. So we've got number 2, a sweet wine that is served after a meal. We know that this is a Jerepigo. So we have then move on to number 3, the act that regulates the sale of alcohol. You know that this is the Liquor Act. The Liquor Act. Then number 4, the term that refers to pastry shells that are pre-baked with rice or dried beans. So we have got baking blind is the correct response. Moving on to number 5, advertising a product by phoning potential customers. Of course, this is through the telephone. So we are saying telemarketing. Then we go to number 6, fat distributed between the muscle fibers of a meat cut. The correct response that we have is marbling. Number 7, a traditional sauce served with roast beef. we have a correct response. I will try to check what correct response do we have, but this is just gravy. We can just include the term gravy, which is the correct response. And then number 8, rice bowl with cooked seafood or raw fish wrapped in a seaweed sheets. So wrapped in a seaweed sheets. So see what correct response do we have, and this is a sushi. And we go to number 9, a mixture of chopped fruit or vegetables flavored with spices, sugar, and vinegar, and cooked to a thick pulp. So the correct response that we have is a chutney. And we go number 10, legumes used to make textured vegetable proteins. This is soya. So these are the correct responses that we have. And then we go on and see, according to 1.4.1, identify 2 items that are included in overheads. And remember, overheads expenses. When I talk about an overheads, it's an ongoing expense of operating a business. So they are expenditures uh, which cannot be conveniently traced to identify it, to be identified with any particular revenue unit. So you're saying uh, we cannot specifically identify the expense to a specific revenue unit. So that becomes an overhead expense. So you see that according to responses given now, uh, remember the question is saying identify 2 items. So you have to identify 2 items within our option A to D. So you see that A, stationery is an overhead, and also if you could go to D, cleaning materials is also an overhead. So you've got those 2 responses. Remember on question, yes, 2 marks. Then identify 2 steaks cut from the fillet. We also try to identify those. So you see that we have got the tornado, which is B, and also we have medallion, which is C. So basically, these are the two that we have again. We identified 2 again with 2 marks. So this is the part that we have. So these are the questions that we have up to our question 1.4.